Checking to make sure mic is on. Back day, Planet Fitness. No matter your level of expertise, you can get a nice, good workout in the Planet Fitness. Don't let people fool you into thinking that you gotta train at a certain gym. With all due respect to my favorite gym, Powerhouse, this is where I'm at for the meantime. It's convenient on my schedule, trying to get into my routine. Eesh. Lat pull downs. Oi. All right, so I got a couple of warm-ups in, right? So I always tell you guys, the goal is to find weight that's challenging. So I did 2 sets. In those 2 sets, my goal is to make sure my body's positioned where it needs to be and my execution is on point with my path. Keeping my shoulders down so that my lats are working, and 10 to 12 reps. 12 is the maximum amount of reps I want to hit, and this is going to be the first set of challenging weight. So you're going to see me perform my first real working set. Now, I said to you guys before, sometimes you're going to do a set and it's going to be a warm-up set, and you want to continue to increase the weight until you get to a weight that's going to be challenging for your working set. So for me, this is my first working set of 10 to 12. Oh, this is going to feel real nice, challenging, but not heavy. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. 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 Sweet. This is going to be my second set of challenging weight. Because I'm advanced and I know where I'm at, I'm going to increase my weight. I'm going to do what I tell you guys not to do, but I'm a professional bodybuilder. And I know my strength zone, so I increase the weight here a good bit amount, 20 pounds or so, 30 pounds for my next set of 10 to 12, and my goal is to get 12 clean reps. I'm going to use my wraps because at some point your grip goes, your hands and your forearms tire out, but your back still has a little bit more, so I use the wraps so that I get my 10 to 12 reps and my back's doing all the work. Real simple. Wrap the wraps over, get myself in position. Okay, so as I sit down, watch me set my shoulders before my set. The weight is pulling my shoulders up, shoulders down, my lats are engaged. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. Oh. 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 12. Easy peasy. Not really, but so, training at Powerhouse and other gyms that have tons of equipment, you know, you're able to utilize more machines. Planet is a little limited. It's a commercial gym, so it doesn't really cater to any certain demographic. It's got, you know, basically what it needs. So, you know, we go from a wide grip T-bar pull down to a close grip V grip pull down. Really target the lats even more with this exercise. And I'm going to do the same thing. A couple of warm-up sets and a couple of working sets. Again, remember, I'm a professional. I know my strength zones. Your goal is to find your strength zone. So you warm up and you want your 2 or 3 sets to count. Same thing here. I want to keep my shoulders down. Because my arms up over my head, my shoulders naturally want to come up. So I want to keep those shoulders down. That small adjustment keeps my lats engaged. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. 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 Hey. Whoa. So that last set for me was challenging. So I'll move up 1 plate. I'm gonna use my wraps now because I don't want my grip overpowering the set. I always use my fingers like hooks. I never squeeze the bar because once you squeeze the bar, your forearms, biceps take over the movement. You want to figure out how to hold the bar so that you have a firm grip, but your back is doing the work. Most of you all need to learn scapular retraction first. That's, in my opinion, the most important piece to training back is understanding scapular retraction, learning how to feel your back stretch, retract your scapulas, hold that retraction, squeeze your back. Oh, that was challenging. Starting to sweat. Good. Got my music cranking now. My ambitions as a hustler. Chris. Another good tip, make your playlist before you come into the gym so you ain't flicking through your phone trying to find your favorite song, wasting time. Eesh. Ooh. Ooh. Eee. Ooh. 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 If you notice, I'm controlling as best I can when I get to the apex of my contraction. In those last 2 reps, I didn't force it all the way down with trying to use my whole body. I allowed the motion to come down as far as I could, as far as my muscles would allow me, to allow my lats to feel that failure. Chest assisted, seated row, plate loaded. My goal, 10 to 12 reps. I want to keep my chest on this pad. I don't want to use my body as momentum. I want to pull myself into the pad, keeping my chin tucked, my spine neutral, squeezing, retracting my scapulas first. I'm not pulling with my arms. My fingers are used like hooks again. I'm gonna use my wraps. Tell them that. Base platinum chains that match my platinum plaques. But some gold chains. Move the whole thing. Eesh. Ooh. 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 Notice I'm not using my body to move the weight. My lower body is staying firm, helping me stay stable. And my goal is to keep my shoulders down as I row, retracting my scapulas. It's not easy, but that's what makes bodybuilding a skill. Remember, I'm advanced, so I know my strength zones. I went up 20 pounds here. I'll make big jumps because I lift heavier weight. So my warm-up sets, I'll take big chunks, but you can't do what I do. You have to increase the weight according to your strength zones. So just always remember that. But I increased my weight for my second set, another set of 10 to 12. Again, I review everything before my set. This is a chest-assisted machine, so I want to keep my body on this machine. I don't want my body initially moving the weight. I want to start with scapular retraction, keep my fingers like hooks, not squeezing the handles and squeezing the bars. I don't want any tension in my arms or my hands. I want just enough to be able to hold the handles. It's crazy. Yep. Ooh. 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 Whoa. Every set should be taxing. If you finish your workout and you feel like you didn't do a workout, you didn't train with intent nor intensity, everything's got to count. Jeezy got a little stack of $20 bills, 2 bands in the middle. If you don't got a Jeezy playlist, it's my age though. This is gangster music. This is gangster music. This is gangster music. This is gangster music. Whoa. So I increased the weight again. Another 20 pounds, final set. Ooh. Yep. That's it. So I don't force reps when I start to feel the fatigue, because then you start using your body to move the weight. It's that fight or flight that kicks in. And my goal is to hold my composure and not allow fight or flight to take over when the set becomes hard. So I don't force those last couple reps. I allow my body to move as far as it's gonna go in my range of motion with control, and then release and do the same thing. So next time I come back to this exercise, I should be able to get those 2 reps with no problem. As long as I ate all my food and I got my sleep, my recovery. Science. We're gonna do a bent over row using dumbbells. So different strokes for different folks. I like to use something that helps me reinforce my body staying bent over, not allowing myself again to use my body for momentum. So I'm gonna rest my head on this seat here on an incline. I'm gonna allow these weights to stretch my back, and my goal is to put the dumbbells in my pocket, keeping my shoulders down, not allowing my shoulders to shrug. I wanna feel the stretch. I wanna bring those dumbbells to my pocket, thinking about wrapping my elbows around my back and controlling back down with keeping my shoulders down, so my lats work the whole way. Again, this is a different variation of a bent over row, using dumbbells and an incline bench. 10 to 12 reps, straight set. Ooh. 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 Hey. Ooh. 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 Oh. 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 Woo. Yeah, back is tapped. So I'm gonna stick with the same weight because that last set was a little challenging. I'll go up on my last set even if I don't hit my rep range, just to shock the muscle. Oish. So notice I get my foundation set first. Bend over, head on this pad, and my goal is to keep my head on this pad. No momentum. Eesh, all rowing. Eesh. 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 Oh. 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 So you guys heard me say I'm gonna go up my last set. I only went up 5 pounds. Because remember, you don't always have to make those big jumps. You know, me in particular, I'll make those big jumps depending on the weight because I know my strength zone. But on this exercise right here, first 2 sets were pretty challenging. This one's definitely gonna be challenging, so I'll increase it by 5 pounds. My muscles will feel the tension. Ay, ooh. Ay. 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 Oh. Ay. Oh. 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 So, seated cable row, V grip, close grip, whatever. I see a lot of people utilize this exercise completely wrong. Again, we don't want to use our body for momentum. This is not a swinging exercise. Here's a pro tip. You don't want your shoulders behind your hips. Once your shoulders get behind your hips, it's not as easy to get that contraction in your back. We want a squeeze, we want a stretch, we want scapular retraction, we want to finish that pull with the squeeze. We don't want to use our body. Your lower back should not be working in this exercise. So when you see me perform this exercise, you're gonna see me do my best to hold my positioning and my stretch. And as I row, I wanna pull myself into the machine as opposed to pulling myself away from the machine. Oosh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. 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 The harder it gets, the more fatigue you get, the more you want to use your body in the exercise. It's your goal to fight that fight or flight. Hold your composure, and if you have to lighten the weight, lighten the weight. We want to target the muscle, build muscle and burn body fat. You know, unless your body defies science, which nobody's body defies science, it's about learning what science works best for your body. If you eat properly, you sleep properly, you train properly, you get results. Plain and simple. So, at the end of my workout, body is fatigued. Not body is fatigued, my back is fatigued. The muscles I've been targeting, fatigue. So, I'm not gonna increase the weight so much here on this next set. Went up 5 pounds. Goal is still execution, hold my composure when that fight or flight kicks in, and I wanna just force those last couple reps. You know, those are things that you wanna control. You'll hear me say that a lot because it's just the truth. You know, in regards to bodybuilding and or just developing certain areas of your body, you gotta train with intent. So all of my reps need to count. I don't want just 8 reps to count. I need all 12 reps to count. And again, I'm gonna use my hand, my wraps, because my grip, my forearms are on fire right now. Shoulders in front of my hips, and I want to do my best not to allow my shoulders to get behind my hips. 2, 3, oh, oh, Ugh. 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 Those last two were difficult. As you can see, I couldn't get the full range of motion, and that's okay. Doesn't mean that set was a failure. You know, in the gym, you don't fail. Your goal is to train to failure, as close to failure as possible. If you want development, if you want muscle growth, if you want to burn body fat, all of those things are important. But in order what type of results you get, that is solely dependent on the nutrition. If you're not eating enough to gain muscle, eating in a surplus, not gonna gain muscle. You know, if you're trying to lose body fat and you're not in a deficit, not gonna lose body fat. All right, last exercise for the day is gonna be some assisted pull-ups. As many as I can, up to 20. And I'm gonna use assisted so that I'm squeezing my back. For most people, unless you're strong enough, when you do pull-ups, you're using more forearms and biceps than your actual back. So using an assisted pull-up machine allows you to actually engage your back more so that you can develop your back more. I hate when people see people doing this, like, oh, they can't do pull-ups. I can do pull-ups, I can do muscle-ups, but I want to train and develop my back. So none of that shit really matters at the end of the day. It looks good for social media, clicks, views, and all that shit. But at the end of the day, if you want to develop your back, you need to make sure you're feeling it. Again, scapular retraction. Woo! I only got 12. So I'll increase the weight a little bit, shoot for 12 or more in my next set. I'm gonna use my wraps this time too, because my forearms was burning like fuck in that last set, right? I have a lot of years and experience, so I don't even think about these things, right? I did my first set with no wraps. I feel my forearms burning like shit. I'm gonna throw my wraps on so I can squeeze my back more. UT, nigga, don't call me. Struggle to get back to 12, even increasing the weight. That's good. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. The goal is to come in and tax the muscle, as I stated to you earlier in the workout. If I feel like I still have energy at the end of my workout, I didn't execute properly. Shawty red on the track. Shawty red on the track. Drop out 9. Why they keep saying yeah? Oh, that's it. That's it. So, you ever hear the term beating a dead horse? When your muscles are fatigued and your energy is low, that is it. You know what I mean? You have to allow yourself to call the end of the workout. That's what I did. I could feel my muscles are fatigued. So that is it. Back day done. I think we did 6 exercises for today. Now we'll walk, cool down, and get ready for the rest of our day, man. Stay tuned. More workouts, more tips, all those things of that good nature in 2026. Dougie, IFBB Pro Dougie Flexx represent Project One Nutrition. Still hunting season, bitch.